everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Lora Cross podcast. I did not come up with any interesting name for my podcast. I figured.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, people who know what you do, that's interesting.
Fair enough. So, I have a special guest here, Andie. If you had to give your full stage name, is it Andie? I feel like it's a little different in a couple different places.
So it's Andie's Palace.
Yes.
But I changed it here and there so that a couple of people couldn't find it.
Got it.
Girls get their Instagram pages taken down sometimes, so I changed mine up.
Cool.
Just to swerve that ball.
Yeah. So, we just had our first shoot today, and it was super
so much fun.
duper fun. We'll get into some of the details from that a little later, but that's why we're all oily. We did a sex fight. We had a threesome.
We did have a threesome.
Yeah, we got to play ass doctor.
We played ass doctor.
Yeah, it was a super good time, but I still have so many questions that I haven't gotten to ask you. So tell me, how long have you been doing this, and how did you get started?
So I've been doing OnlyFans for 2 years. I started during COVID, and then I quit to get, I went to school for a little bit.
Cool.
I used the money to kind of like float me along just a little, and then just recently started it back up seriously. But I have friends in the industry. I got into the adult industry at 18.
Oh, cool.
So I have a bunch of friends, and when OnlyFans first started, everyone was in their homes,
Right.
and no one could leave, and everyone was depressed, and so
Yeah.
I just did it just for the fun of it. But then, it kind of took off and started doing it seriously, and I've actually been having a lot of fun, so
Yeah.
it's always nice to have something that brings in money that you have fun with. And
Totally. So you got into the adult industry when you were 18.
I did.
Interesting. So what sector, or how did that go? Tell me about that journey.
So I moved when I was almost 18, and then the people that I moved with, they told me that I could massage without a license.
All
And
right.
I thought to myself,
Yeah.
cool, I'll massage people with no license. And then my first person turned around, and his dick was straight up,
You're
and
like,
I was
whoa.
just like, what?
You're like, what? How do I massage around this?
Yeah, and then he explained to me what I should do with it. So, and then after he laid the money on the table, I was like,
Yep.
okay, I got this. Then I found out why there were black lights.
Oh.
So then I started massage, and I'm a workaholic. So So then I got 2 massage jobs, and then I started stripping.
Yeah.
And so I was just constantly working, and then I got into the courtesan side of it.
What's that?
Courtesan.
Courtesan. Okay.
Escort.
Got it. No, I've just never heard that term.
Really?
Yeah.
You should look it up.
Huh.
It's a fancy.
It's fun.
It's a huge. While I was in the adult industry
Yeah.
back then, it kind of messes with your head a little bit,
Mhm.
but I had a therapist, and it's like the oldest job in the world, and
Oh yeah, it is.
yeah. So then I got a boyfriend, and then I started my own escort agency, and I used it to kind of help women get on their own feet, and then help them
Safely.
see the long term of have this help you do something else,
Right.
and then have a life,
Yeah, whatever you want that.
whatever you want that to be like.
to look like.
Yeah.
That's cool. How do you go about running something like that, safely, with the background checks, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I
feel like
did
that could be
massive
tricky.
background checks, but I was living in LA at the time, and
Right.
I knew a bunch of people. So I knew
great.
people who knew people. So that's how I got into it. Is someone asked me, "Hey, would you like to go see my friend for X amount of whatever?"
Right.
So then I said yes, and then I took, one of my friends was a bookie,
Yeah.
and he had like this little office that he worked out of. So I would go sit in his office, and while he answered his bookie calls,
Yeah.
do they want to see a girl? So that's my background check.
She's real cute.
Yeah. So that was my background check, is that they owed my friend a bunch of money.
Yeah.
So
Dang, that's wild.
yeah.
Yeah. So how long were you in LA, and why did you leave, and what were like the circumstances?
So I was in LA for 5 years.
Okay.
And then I broke it off with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
I was head over heels, just
Aw.
massively in love with him, but he did not want kids. And so for me, that was a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Just because back then, the only thing that I wanted to be was like a really good mom.
Oh, yeah.
Now looking back, I'm like, should have stayed in California.
Hi, stay in California.
But I broke it off with him, and it was such a hit to my heart that
Yeah.
I came back home to Georgia, and just to get my head back on for a little bit,
Yeah.
and ended up getting pregnant.
Oh, yeah. So, was it someone that you're still?
No.
Oh, got it.
No, we got married because of the whole Southern thing, and then we
Of
got
course.
divorced right after.
Yeah. Got it. Well, I bet that you're probably happier.
Oh my God, so happy.
Cool. Okay, so tell me about juggling mom life with this. How do
So,
you make that work?
I'm extremely transparent and extremely honest
Great.
and very upfront with all my stuff. I've learned from a long time ago that it's only weird if you make it weird.
Yeah.
It's only a big deal if you make it a big deal. And if you this is just what I do,
Yeah.
it's just what you do.
Right.
But so I talk to my kid about what I do, and
That's cool.
that's my choice.
Yeah. And it's nice that they'll know and there won't be any surprises. Like,
Yes.
because all of my best friends in the industry have kids. I'm pretty good friends with Tilly though. She doesn't have any kids yet. I bet she'll have some though. But yeah. Oh, and Siren. Siren, you're still one of my best friends too. But yeah, and it seems like they're just some of the best, most well-rounded, responsible, open, developed people. Like, I love moms. Like, if I had a type of woman, she would be a mom. She'd be, like, I don't understand
Well, that's
why.
like a DILF,
Yeah.
Like, my kid just started saying the word DILF, and I'm like, oh my God, now we like the same guys. That's just weird. But I
Yeah.
never understood MILF until I got DILF, and I was like, okay, there's this man, and he's responsible for another life.
Yeah.
And he has to run his show, and if they're not like broken and battered,
Yeah.
it's a great quality, I feel like, because it shows that you can do life.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
And sexy as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It
Dilfs
is.
are hot.
So, if you're bisexual, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like it. But, would you say that you're more sexually attracted to males or females? Like, it seems like, of course, you're relationally attracted to males.
Mhm.
But, as far as sexually attracted, like, if there's two people walking down the street, equal hotness, male, female.
Male.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
Female for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Get it.
Right?
Your husband's very lucky.
Yeah, he's a lucky dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, works out well.
Yeah, for sure. It's a great teamwork.
Yeah, I completely agree.
You both want to bag him.
Yeah.
And it's just what it is. It's not weird. It's literally
I'm like, oh, it's great.
fun.
I'm like, see, she's really hot, huh?
And there's no jealousy.
Yeah, exactly.
So I could only assume that, that just goes into your whole entire life.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's funny, it's only been like maybe a year. So it's quasi recently, because my porn life, I think, is 5.5 years. But yeah, recently he was like, said he wanted to see me with another guy. And so the first person was actually Siren Verde's husband. But it was when I was out there visiting them. And he had written like a script of what he wanted to see with like blocked out like this angle and this angle.
That is cute.
Yeah, and I was
that.
like, I showed Siren. I was like, hey, so my husband wants this. I was like, would you be into that? You know, because they're in like a cuck relationship. So she kind of owns him.
Okay.
She's like, yep, he'd be into that. Great. He hasn't had sex in a long time. This will be nice for him.
Awesome.
But anyway,
you're allowed to now.
yeah. But it was great. My husband loved it. Yeah. When we came back, we like watched the video and like had sex to it. And he was like, "Look at you being such a cock whore." It's like, "Oh, you love that fucking cock, don't you?"
That is cute.
I was like, yeah, that's right. Look at all that slobber. But anyways, yeah. So that was funny. Yeah. So, like, I enjoy being with other guys, but I probably just would have never done it unless he was like, "Hey, I want to see this.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is hot. Can you do this?" I was like, "Okay."
You're like, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Sounds fun. But yeah. Okay, so move back to Georgia. How long have you been in Georgia?
So I moved back to Georgia, had a kid, went back to Arizona. And then I had a couple of businesses. I actually opened up a couple of like legitimate businesses.
Cool.
And then when COVID hit, well, I verged into the car industry.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'm a car whore. I would literally do anything for a Ferrari.
Ah.
If there's anyone out there who wants me to do anything for a Ferrari, I'll do it. So
The custom we did is for someone who has some
Oh.
car connections.
Oh my
so
God.
We'll
yeah,
delve into that.
we'll delve into that for sure. But then I have a huge appreciation for cars, so I got into the car industry, learned the car
Yeah.
business, and then left the car industry when I got into OnlyFans.
Oh yeah. What are your favorite type of cars?
So the Mercedes G-Wagon is one of them, and it's not because of, so now I was a buyer for about 2 years.
Yeah.
So now when I have an appreciation for cars, it's how well built they are.
Yeah.
Their their money retention.
Yep.
How well they keep everything.
Such a businesswoman.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's a G-Wagon, and the only reason why it's a G-Wagon is not because of the status or anything like that. It's because one, it's a Mercedes. Yes.
Yeah.
You can take it off road. There's so many things you can do with it. It holds its value. I was sent a G-Wagon that was like 15 years old through the wholesale. It was like leaking everything possible, and I still made $7,000 on it. And the people who were going to resell it were going to, there's room on the table for them too.
Right.
But for me, it's the G-Wagon Ferrari.
G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you had many fun times in cars?
I have the cars, because I'm a car whore.
Yep.
and
I heard you say car whore, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Most guys who have cars are whores.
Yeah.
So they all go hand in hand. I've been fucked up against so many Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
I've been in some Bentleys. If you pull up in a Bentley and ask me to get in the back, I'm
gonna do it.
spread eagle.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Come on in.
I'm already there. That's great.
Snail trail all the way to the back.
That's fantastic.
What's yours? Do you have a favorite car?
Favorite car? I am from Texas and I like Jeeps.
Okay.
Probably my favorite, it's probably just a classic, I like Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Okay.
I like bigger ones that can fit my wrestling mats in them.
Okay.
Because I take these everywhere. mostly beat people up and fuck girls. I beat up men and I fuck girls.
There you go. That's the life right there.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, definitely just that. So flash forward to now. So how do you feel? Like, do you feel like you've made it? Like you're doing as well as you want to do?
No.
You have, okay, so you seem super ambitious.
I'm extremely competitive with myself.
Got it.
I don't care what anyone else does.
Yep.
And I told myself, before I leave this industry, I want to do the best that I can, so that way I can look back and say, I did that.
Yeah. So what would success in this industry look like?
So success in this industry would look like working 24/7, having assistants,
Yeah.
and having that kind of, because when you get to that level, it's not just about the money. It's about learning the business, learning how to operate in a different way, and learning how to handle that money, and learning. It's about the money, but but it's also about the experience. And I feel like, as I'm huge for women doing really well, so we don't have to rely on men. So we don't have to say, oh, well, because I have been in a relationship where I didn't work.
Right.
And it was extremely hard to get out of that relationship.
Stressful.
Oh my God, yeah. So I'm all for women empowerment.
Self-supporting themselves.
But to me, success would be doing the best that I possibly can in this industry.
Okay. Are there some things that you haven't gotten to try that you're really excited about exploring?
Haven't had a foursome.
Oh, no foursomes.
I haven't had a foursome.
We could arrange that.
Yeah,
That'd be
I figured you could.
Easy. It was a date. But okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
So I haven't had a foursome, and I haven't. I don't. So okay, everyone has their own business model.
Yeah.
Mine was traveling and getting fucked on. I love hotels, so I want to get fucked on every single hotel.
Hotel brand?
Hotel.
Or a hotel that exists anywhere.
Just exists. Like Miami. Like a Miami hotel balcony.
Okay, yeah.
A balcony in LA.
Yeah. I like balconies.
I love a balcony.
Yeah, I do too.
Is it just me?
I like public and semi-public places.
Yes, it's like
very much.
It's like the best of both. Someone could see you, but you're also on your own balcony.
Right, like it's a private area.
It's a private area.
Yeah, but
you probably shouldn't be fucking on the balcony, but
here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I started a little video series with my husband, just trying to fuck in every city that we go to and like make a porn there.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's going great. But we gotta hit some like podunk cities now.
That's okay. That's okay. I've been in one of those.
Yeah.
I got really tired one time, and I woke up and I was like, oh, it's like the hills have eyes.
Yeah.
I think that like, there's someone around the corner trying to kill me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have as far as horror stories, I had a dream that I had 4 nipples last night. That was fucking horrifying. I literally
Did you actually?
I really did though. I woke up and I was like horrified. I was like, how am I gonna get rid of these 2 extra nipples? I have a shoot today.
I don't really have dreams that real.
Yeah, no, it was like vivid.
Interesting.
It was bizarre. It was like an anxiety
Maybe something's
dream.
gonna happen to your boobs.
Maybe they'll grow.
Your boobs are fine.
Maybe they're not.
You were too tiny for anything else.
Yeah, it just like weird. Yeah. All right. So you want to do a foursome?
I want to do a foursome.
You want to fucking all the places.
All the places.
All the hotels.
All the hotels. It has to be a nice hotel though.
Yes, of course.
And then I want. Okay, so in a perfect world, I would have one guy.
Yeah.
Who we do this with.
Yeah.
And who's
that'd be
open
great.
to couples, and who's open to going to search down all the hot girls on Instagram and fucking.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. Do you know how hard it is to find a guy like that?
No. He found me.
He
found me. I was like, oh God, I was teaching like Bible studies when he found me.
That is so adorable.
Isn't
I love
it?
that.
I love it.
You guys are gonna have a story.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Definitely. And he was all fine with it. He was like, by the way, have you ever tried rimming? And I was like, I don't know what it is, but sure, what is it?
Let me hover over your face real quick.
And I was like, oh, okay. And I could tell how much he liked it. I was like, cool. All right, I like this too then. You like this? I like this. And of course now I'm like super conditioned. Like I just love
Making him happy.
Yeah.
So I had a boyfriend like that in Arizona, and that's when I learned how to rim.
Yeah.
And he was like, when I first started it, I was like, you have to groom. Right out of the shower.
Yeah.
And so then it just got into like habit, like bend over, I'm gonna eat your ass. So that's how. But it just made him so happy, and
Yeah.
it made me so happy giving him that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then it's just like now, just like independently, I like it. Like
Yeah.
I rim him and I get wet, and okay, shit works, I guess. He also introduced me to Amazon position.
You introduced me to that today.
Is that fun?
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that might be his favorite. He has like 2 favorite things.
Okay, he likes rimming and he likes to fuck, obviously. He's a
Yeah.
guy. So that's literally, you get both in one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Perfect position for him.
Right? Well, shoot. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you. Do you have any horror stories, any advice for
yes.
people who are newer and looking to get into content creation, or even just the lifestyle that they should?
Yes. So first of
Look out
all,
for.
I think that young girls, when they get into the lifestyle, they see the money and they see that it's glamorous, but there's an ugly side to it. And I feel like every single female who gets into it should arm themselves with therapy, someone to talk to, like, you know, if something's going on. Like I have actually turned down a couple of girls that I see cut marks on, and I just, you know, I want, I don't want to contribute to that.
Emotionally healthy people.
Healthy people.
Yeah.
And when I see emotionally unhealthy people into it, you have to be strong.
Yeah.
But one thing that I actually found out is when I first started collabing with people is that there are a lot of guys out there who get an OnlyFans page just to fuck the OnlyFans girls.
100%, yeah.
And I was just, in the beginning, I got so many inquiries and I was like, oh my God, yeah, let's do this. And then I was like, wait a second.
Hold up.
Hold up. That's a scam.
Yeah.
So that to me, and I post that on my social media all the time because I want them to know that we're gonna call them out.
Yeah.
I strongly call them out, and so they've, you know, eliminated themselves from my presence. But
that's good.
Yeah, but that's one thing I would think the major thing to look out for women is that, and I don't know for men.
I know a few girls who have turned out to be some bad seeds and do some extortion.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's definitely a thing.
I could see that actually.
Because a lot of the guys in the industry have other jobs that they're doing, and you know, a lot of them, they'll even keep their, you know, face out of it because of it. And sometimes desperate girls, and particularly ones that have some issues, some substance issues, have a history of it. If you really look back, doing that to people one after the other. I've only known 2 girls who have sort of run through, and I've seen them do that to people, which is crazy.
That, in my head,
I think.
what I see in my head is, what an idiot. Because when you could not do that and just be a cool person, in the long run, you make more money because you're burning those bridges.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Where are you going to go now?
I don't know. I will say in those particular instances, yeah, they had a history of a personality disorder, like some bipolar stuff like that. It might have been more heavy than bipolar even, but I know they had, admitted to having
Bipolar.
Yeah. And then some history of like recreational substance, beyond just cannabis.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
That can agitate the bipolar for sure.
Exactly. So I think that it's just like, perfect storm there.
Yeah.
So I don't really know,
Therapy.
but yes, therapy would be great.
Yeah.
Be so worth
I'm
it.
such an advocate for therapy. Like, if you can sit
Yeah.
down and talk to someone about your problems and you can
Have them
genuinely,
actually listen.
have them actually listen and actually want to help you, I think that's like
Yeah,
the best.
that is the best. Yeah, so do people in your personal life know about this?
Yeah.
That's
so
great.
everyone knows it's
Awesome.
we don't talk about it. It's just like a underlying.
Same with my parents.
Yeah. Like, we know we're not going to talk about it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
My daughter will talk about it every now and then.
Yeah.
We heard,
She's not ashamed.
she's not ashamed at all. She heard something on the radio. The guy was like, yeah, there was this OnlyFans girl who was trying to take a picture of herself in the nude in the nature, and some animal came and attacked her, and she just looked at me, and I was like, I'm smarter than that.
Sweetie, it's not gonna happen to me. That's funny. Yeah. Well, all right. Anything else you want to say?
No, not really.
All right. Let's shout out your socials.
Oh,
and
my
where everyone can
socials.
find you.
My Twitter is Andie's Palace, and it's ANDIES PALACE, and then my Instagram is Atlanta's Palace because I had to switch it up.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets switched up. Right now it's Atlanta's Palace, and then my OnlyFans is Andie's Palace.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had a freaking great day. I'm so happy.
This was so much fun.
Yeah.
This is part of like what I really enjoy about this, meeting people.
Yeah, meeting people that you vibe with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did a belly button worship clip too.
Yeah, we did. We did a lot of stuff today.
Yeah, a lot of firsts. There will be more.